Stiff mornings? Give me one warm mug in 60 seconds. I'll give you a kinder start. In the next few minutes, you'll get 3 gentle drinks you can make with what's already in your kitchen. A tiny movement routine that fits between kettle clicks, the bedtime setup that quietly helps many people fall asleep faster, and the one morning mistake that can make joints grumpier than they need to be. Picture this: early light, a quiet house, steam rising from your cup, hands wrapped around warmth. Overnight we move less and drink less. Joints like steady hydration and slow circles. Warmth relaxes the small muscles around them, like easing a knot in a shoelace. Add a pinch of familiar spices, and you've built a tiny ritual that invites ease. Not a cure, just friendly care you can feel without having to talk yourself into it. Start with the Sunny Ginger Sipper. It's humble and bright. Warm water, 3 or 4 thin coins of fresh ginger, a pinch of turmeric, a squeeze of lemon, and, if you like, a touch of honey. Ginger brings a gentle heat many people feel right away in the throat and chest. Turmeric adds that sunny, golden note you've seen in curries. Used lightly and regularly in cooking, some folks say it helps them carry ordinary wear and tear with a bit more grace. Lemon wakes up your mouth and your nose at the same time and makes the mug hard to put down. My neighbor Ruth keeps ginger in a little jar by the sink. On chilly mornings, she warms her hands on the cup, then taps a short rhythm on the counter. "If I can tap a tune," she laughs, "I'll open the jam jar by lunch." That's the vibe we're aiming for. Small wins you can feel before you've checked the weather. If you use anticoagulants or have gallbladder issues, keep turmeric to a whisper or skip it. If you watch blood sugar, let honey be a suggestion, not a scoop. To make mornings automatic, set yourself up the night before. Slice a small knob of ginger into coins and tuck them into a dish. Put a friendly note on the kettle that simply says, "Ginger." In the morning, you won't debate or measure, you'll just pour, steep, and take that first kind sip. While the water heats, give your joints a head start. Stand by the counter and draw 2 slow circles with each wrist. Then bend your knees a few inches as if greeting them, not challenging them. When you lift the cup, trace a small figure 8 in the air with your elbows. Let your breaths match the pace of the steam. These micro moves aren't a workout. They're a warm handshake for your body, timed to something you were going to do anyway. 5 breaths later, notice whether the mug feels lighter. If your morning calls for cozy, make the cinnamon oat latte. Warm, unsweetened oat milk until it gently whispers at the edges. Whisk in a light sprinkle of cinnamon, a tiny pinch of cocoa if you enjoy a hint of chocolate, and a drop of vanilla. No caffeine needed, just a comfort-forward cup that sits gently. Oats bring creamy body and a quiet sweetness. Cinnamon adds the bakery aroma that makes the kitchen feel alive even before the toast pops. Frank, a retired music teacher, drinks his from a favorite mug with a little chip on the rim, the lucky chip. He says the cinnamon smell is like an old song. His shoulders loosen before the news even starts. If richness sometimes feels heavy, thin the latte with a splash of warm water and let it be lighter than you think you need. If you manage blood sugar, keep cinnamon to a culinary sprinkle, not a heaping spoon. For smooth mornings, make a tiny spice jar tonight. 2 teaspoons cinnamon with 1 teaspoon cocoa and a hint of ground vanilla. Set it beside the stove with a clean, dry teaspoon. Tomorrow you'll warm, whisk, and sit instead of rummaging through cupboards while the kettle cools. For a sip with a cheerful glow, try the Ruby Ginger Morning. Fill your mug with warm water. Add the lightest splash of unsweetened tart cherry juice for color and a whisper of brightness. Drop in a thin slice of fresh ginger and finish with a tiny touch of vanilla. It's warm, gently fruity, and helps some people drink more water without tipping into sugar. Leonard and May, who live a few blocks away, split 1 small bottle of tart cherry over several mornings, just a splash each, while they watch finches argue at the feeder. Then they take a short walk to the corner and back, hands wrapped around their cups as the windows fog a little. Leonard says the warm, rosy sip feels like sunrise inside his shoulders. If blood sugar matters, keep the cherry truly light, If reflux tends to flare, trade the cherry for a strip of orange peel just for aroma. No squeeze. To keep the dose consistent, freeze tart cherry into ice cube sips. In the morning, drop a single cube into warm water and let it blush the cup while the ginger wakes up. Let's pause for 30 calm seconds of safety so you can relax while you try this. If your morning medication needs an empty stomach or a full glass of plain water, follow those instructions first and enjoy your warm cup a little later. If you use anticoagulants, keep spice amounts modest and consistent, and avoid stacking new supplements just because a friend swears by them. If you have diabetes, choose unsweetened versions and notice how you feel across several mornings rather than judging after one day. If reflux visits you, go easier on citrus and cocoa. Sip slowly and aim for warm rather than hot. Effects vary person to person and are usually subtle and gradual. Think gentle nudge, not flip a switch. Your goal isn't perfection, it's comfort you can feel in ordinary life. Now for that evening benefit I promised. Setting up tomorrow's mug becomes a quiet bedtime signal, like dimming the theater lights before the show. Ginger coins in a small dish, kettle filled and set where you'll see it, spoon resting on a saucer. If you like, warm your favorite wide-handled mug with a splash of hot water and then dry it, so it's waiting without the chill of the cupboard. Your nervous system recognizes the ritual. We're closing the day. When morning is already cared for, many people find they drift off more easily and wake with less dread. You're not just making a drink, you're sketching the outline of tomorrow's comfort while your energy is still steady. Let's also fix the common mistake together. A lot of us start with a big, icy, or very acidic drink on an empty stomach, then sit still scrolling headlines. That combination can leave joints feeling tense and chilly, like stepping outside without a coat. The simple swap is to begin with warmth and 2 minutes of easy circles, then enjoy your coffee or tea. Funny thing, your usual cup often tastes better after your body warms from the inside out. Your hands are less clumsy with the lid. Your shoulders drop. The first sip meets a system that's already awake. If you like structure without rules, assemble a tiny counter kit and let it live where you'll actually see it. Choose a mug with a wide handle so your fingers don't have to work hard. Put your spice blend or ginger coins or cherry cubes into a small, friendly jar. Set a spoon you enjoy holding right next to it. That's your station. Optional but lovely. A simple sound cue, ocean waves, bird song, a quiet guitar loop. Something that matches the pace you want for your morning. As you sip, name one gentle next step out loud. Water the plant. Check the mailbox. Stretch by the window. These micro-choices build momentum without drama, and the sound reminds you that this moment is for settling in, not speeding up. Troubleshoot as you go the way a good cook adjusts salt. If the sunny ginger feels too sharp, skip the lemon today and let the ginger lead. If the cinnamon oat sits heavy, thin it and skip the cocoa. You want comfort, not a nap. If the ruby ginger nudges reflux, switch to orange peel for aroma only, or replace the ginger with a slice of fresh pear to scent the cup. If squeezing citrus is fussy for your hands, pierce the lemon with a fork and twist lightly. Less grip, same bright lift. Warm the mug with a splash of hot water before you pour, so the first sips stay cozy instead of cooling too quickly. If your tap water tastes flat in the morning, use filtered water or a kettle you like. The details matter because they make the ritual inviting. Layer in a few playful pattern interrupts to keep your body smiling. While the kettle hums, write an invisible word in the air with your elbows. Maybe your name, maybe the word easy. After your first sip, spread your fingers like you're playing a silent piano, then fold them into a soft fist and release 5 times. During the last sips, loop your ankles slowly as if sketching circles on the floor with your big toes. None of this asks for sweat. It simply switches on the small stabilizers around your joints and tells your brain, we're moving again. Let memory help. Open the spice jar and breathe in with your eyes closed. See what appears. Maybe a holiday kitchen. Maybe a breakfast with someone you miss. If a scent drops your shoulders an inch, keep that flavor in the rotation. Your body listens to memories too. Alma, a friend who keeps a narrow black notebook by the toaster, writes one line each morning while her mug steams. Easier shoulders today. Walk to the corner. Open the jar without help. Tiny entries, real proof. She used to wait for big changes. Now she collects small comforts. And the pages make her progress visible on days when her knees feel stubborn. If you share a kitchen, invite your people in without making it a performance. A second mug placed beside yours can turn a habit into a quiet moment together. I know a grandfather who texts his granddaughter a photo of his steam each morning with one word: warmth. She replies with an emoji of her choice and then gets on the bus. It's not advice, it's a thread. Habits hold better when they're attached to something or someone you love. If you're wondering about caffeine, you don't have to give up your coffee or tea. This is a prelude, not a replacement. Begin with a warm, gentle mug and a few circles, then savor your usual cup. If you're sensitive to acidity, consider adding a splash of milk to your coffee after your warm start, or choosing a gentler tea. Your taste buds may surprise you when your body's already at ease. You might also be wondering about temperature. Aim for warm that feels friendly to your mouth, not hot that demands attention. The goal is to invite your nervous system into comfort, not to test your heat tolerance. If you tend to sip slowly, pour a little less, and refill with warm water, rather than letting a large mug turn lukewarm and gloomy. If you enjoy gadgets, a simple temperature control kettle can make this foolproof, but it's not necessary. A good ear for the kettle hum and a hand on the mug are excellent teachers. I should probably tell you who's talking. I'm Michael Harris, and for more than 30 years, I've helped older adults take steadier care of their health and eyesight. My work isn't about strict rules. It's about practical rhythms you can feel in ordinary life. The people I learned from, neighbors like Ruth, friends like Frank, couples like Leonard and May, keep reminding me that comfort isn't loud. It's built from small, repeatable moves that stack into better days. So choose your cup. Will it be the sunny ginger that warms from the inside out, the cozy oat that feels like a soft scarf, or the ruby ginger that paints the steam the color of sunrise? Tonight, set out the mug, prep the spice or ginger coins or cherry cube, and leave yourself the friendliest note on the kettle. Warm first. In the morning, let the day begin the way the sky does, gradually with grace. Let the mug be your metronome. Each warm sip cues a small movement: wrists, knees, fingers, repeat. Name one gentle task you'll do next. Notice one small comfort you can write down. And when the cup is empty, see if your steps to the door or the mailbox feel a shade lighter. Then come back and tell me what you set up and how your first few sips felt. Your kitchen can be a small workshop of comfort. I'm cheering you on, one warm cup at a time. Warm cup.